COVID is still affecting everything in the world, and especially in the world of television production. There are so many actors going back and forth that it's really likely for people to catch COVID-19 if things aren't done correctly. Many series have stopped production over the past few months due to a COVID outbreak, and another one has just been added to the list. So, what's been going on? Well, stay tuned to today's video because we're going to discuss Chicago P.D. pauses production after positive COVID tests. First up, we have Chicago P.D. pauses production after positive COVID tests. It's been now confirmed that filming of season 9 of the NBC drama Chicago P.D. has been suspended due to a few positive COVID tests in the filming area and amongst the cast and crew. It wasn't that long ago when the show began filming once again after the recent holiday season. According to Yahoo.com, I hear there have been a couple of dozen cumulative positive tests on the show since, with cast members among those impacted, which were detected through NBCU's extensive testing protocols. I hear production continued for a few days with replacement crew members and adjusted filming schedule, as positive cast and crew isolated per COVID guidelines, until shooting was suspended today for a few days. Another Chicago series has stopped production, but is slated to start back up again as the crew is separate from PD. Hopefully things go back to normal sooner rather than later, so we can finally get to see the 9th season of Chicago P.D. And now, on to some other television news. Up next we have Boba Fett Episode 4 ending teases Mandalorian cameo. Will Din Djarin appear? The Book of Boba Fett has been airing for the past few weeks now, and even with the mixed fan reaction, everyone is waiting for one character to show up during the series. The original trailers for the series gave us a hint towards the Mandalorian himself showing up in the show. We heard voiceover lines during the trailer coming from Din Djarin, and now with the ending of episode 4, we have even more hints towards the Mando showing up once again. During the final scene of the episode, we hear our characters talk about hiring some muscle for their upcoming fight. When this is said, the Mandalorian's theme begins to play. This is a clear tease to the character showing up in the Book of Boba Fett. According to ScreenRant.com, while a cameo from Din Djarin in the Book of Boba Fett would certainly be exciting, it's also possible that Ludwig Göransson's main theme from The Mandalorian could be teasing Mandalorians in general. Bo-Katan Kryze and her Night Owls are certainly a possibility concerning they helped Djarin rescue Grogu alongside Fett and Shan. Though The Mandalorian Season 2 finale suggests that they might be preoccupied with the liberation of Mandalore. Instead, it seems more likely that Djarin's clan, known as the Children of the Watch, would be the ones to accept Fett's credit, if not Djarin himself. Fennec's line about knowing where to look would certainly make sense for the Watch, seeing as how they're largely based underground as a means of survival. What do you think about the Mandalorian possibly showing up? Let us know down in the comments section below. Now we have Jensen Ackles didn't like Supernatural ending at first. The ending of Supernatural wasn't the most well-received thing in television history, but it wasn't the worst thing in the world either. Many fans hated the ending, but others loved it. Overall, the finale was mixed, and even the cast felt that way. However, initially Jensen Ackles hated the ending of this show. Jensen Ackles said, "I don't think there's a wrong opinion about it. I think the people that had problems with it are validated, and the people that enjoyed it are also validated. I was in both camps. I spent time in both camps. There's no secret. The very first time we had ever heard what was going to happen at the end of the season, Jared and I flew out to LA and we went to the writer's room before the season started and we all sat down and they essentially pitched us how they wanted to wrap up the show, which was the first time in Supernatural history that had ever happened. My initial reaction was, I don't like this. I didn't say it outright. I was trying to be respectful, so I said, okay. I didn't give them an overwhelming response. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna sleep on it because this is a big thing. So I slept on it, and about a week went by and I went to my wife and was like, I'm really bumming on this. It's just not. She was like, is it because Dean dies? And I was like, maybe I'm just too close to that character and I just don't want to see him go. For some reason, I always thought that if someone was going to die, it'd be Sam, as kind of the martyr, and Dean would then be left to kind of stumble through the rest of his life, mourning his brother and the rest of his family, and it would be a sad existence, but that was how it happened, or we'd both go like a Butch and Cassidy kind of thing. He speaks more of the situation, but overall, he just didn't understand what was going on. He felt he was too close to that character, but in the end, he he is the best person to ask about how Dean's story should end. What did you think about the ending of Supernatural if you've seen it? Let us know down in the comments section below. And now, The Boys, Diabolical spin-off uses 8 different animation styles. We already knew that The Boys was getting an animated spin-off, but we have some amazing news about the style of the series. According to producers Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, The Boys' Presence Diabolical is unique in that it uses different animation styles across its 8 episodes. Since its premiere on Amazon Prime Video in 2019, The Boys has become one of the streamer's biggest draws and was even nominated for Outstanding Drama at the Primetime Emmy Awards. Based on Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson's comic of the same name, The Boys follows a group of dysfunctional civilians who team up to bring down Voight International, the multi-billion-dollar conglomerate famous for founding The Seven and managing licensed superheroes, aka Supes. The first trailer for Diabolical shows off animation from the episode, which is comparable to a TV MA version of something seen on Nickelodeon. The video introduces an infant Supe who escapes the lab she was being kept at before going on to an impromptu rampage via her laser eyes. The Boys Season 1 revealed that Frederick Voight, and in turn, Voight, experimented on test subjects to develop Compound V. Most Supes are injected with this drug when they're children and then develop their abilities over time, which was revealed to the general public in The Boys Season 2. That being said, it would be interesting if the baby in The Boys' Presence, Diabolical, Episode 1's baby is the same one Butcher used to escape a hospital in The Boys Season 1. This isn't the only spin-off of The Boys. We're also getting an X-Men type spin-off with a school of Supes. This one's gonna be really cool, as well as Diabolical. What do you think about this new spin-off? Let us know down below. And finally, we have the MCU is going dark for the first trailer of Moon Knight. Moon Knight is going to be a very interesting series in Marvel and is going to be something new for the mainstream fans of Marvel. From what we have seen out of the Disney Plus series thus far, Marvel are going for simple yet new types of series. However, Moon Knight is going to be something different. This series is going to be much darker than others and is more akin to something like Daredevil. So who is Moon Knight? Esquire.com describes the character as this. The character Moon Knight first appeared in the comics back in 1975 as a boxer turned US Marine turned mercenary named Mark Spector. He gets wrapped up in some comic book shenanigans, running into Khonshu, the ancient Egyptian moon god, and becomes the god's acolyte of sorts on Earth. Here's the most interesting bit. Spector has dissociative identity disorder, so he takes on multiple characters and personas throughout his adventures. So Moon Knight is a little bit like Batman meets Split. We glimpse a tiny bit in this trailer with Grant tying himself to a bed, and later on, suddenly morphing into Moon Knight. So you can imagine why the show would prove a spotlight vehicle for Isaac, who's just a bit wary of multi-million-dollar Disney projects following his seemingly regrettable time as Poe Dameron in the recent Star Wars trilogy. We don't know too much more about how the MCU plans to approach Moon Knight, but Ethan Hawke will play the villain of the series, though it's TBD on which one of Spector's antagonists he will be. By the looks of the trailer, he may be some sort of religious or cult leader. We need to see more of this version of the character, so stay tuned to the series when it comes out in a few months. And that's the end of the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye!